Have you ever tried to make a budget but failed to follow it? Or, like me, you didn't even bother because you didn't want to put on yourself such a burden? If you feel me, keep watching. Like most people, the idea of tracking every single expense I make and then matching it with an equally cumbersome budget is very unappealing. This is the reason I've never done it myself. And I'm a guy that loves personal finance enough to make a YouTube channel about it. The truth is, for most people, having a budget means spending a lot of time doing unwanted micromanagement and giving up a sense of freedom. But on the other hand, we understand the importance of a budget. We want to be able to keep our expenses under control and save money for our projects and goals. So, what's the solution? For me, it's a very simple two-step process that can be done once and then requires very little effort to stay on track. What I do first is I split all of my expenses into 4 categories. The first one includes everything that's a commitment. That would include your rent or mortgage, your insurance, your car payments, your Netflix subscriptions, your cell phone bill, and so on. You'll notice that most of these expenses are choices that you've made before, but now that the choice is made, you have obligations to pay every month. You may want to revisit those choices, and you might save money every month by doing so feel free to go and change any of those choices. Once you're good with your obligations, you can sum up everything, or you can have subcategories just to help you understand where you're spending your money. But whether or not you have subcategories, you should always smash the like button. The important thing is that now you have a total amount that you need to pay every month, and that is not going to change much. Let's say $2,000 for our example. The second category is saving for the future. That includes everything that you need to plan for. You might not want to work until the day you die, so saving up for retirement sounds like a good idea. Let's say you decide to invest $500 per month for your retirement. Quick note about investing. I know it might seem intimidating at first, especially if you don't know a lot about it, but there's very easy, simple solutions that you can use to invest without having to know everything. So check in the descriptions if you want my recommendation. You may have other projects, like saving up for a down payment on a house, or a renovation project for your current house, or a big vacation, or your children's college fund, etc. So you will need to save money every month to make those projects a reality. So let's say for the sake of our example, $800 per month. The third category is the direct purchases that are essentials. And I'm using essentials very loosely here. This category will include things like grocery, gas for your car, and clothes. If you think about it, you'll quickly realize that the essentials category is very subjective. Because yes, you definitely need clothes. But how much do you need to spend on that? This is something you need to figure out for yourself. You also need food. But again, there's a measure of choice here. Some people spend a lot more than others on food, and this is a personal choice. So what you want to do here is make a rough estimate of everything in the essential category. Everything that you would definitely not live without. For example, you could say, okay, I want to spend about $400 per month on grocery, $80 on gas, $100 on clothes, and so on. You will end up with another total, let's say for our example, $650 per month, including a few things that I didn't mention. The fourth and last category will include everything else. That's what I call your free money. You can buy stuff at the mall, order something on Amazon, go to a restaurant, go on a weekend getaway. The list goes on, it's really up to you. Note that everyone has their own way of classifying things into those 4 categories. As an example, for some people, the money that they give to a cause or to help others around could be classified as a commitment. But for someone else, it could be free money. The important thing here is to understand how flexible each of those categories is. The commitment and saving for the future categories should be very stable and would only change if you decide to make life changes. The essential categories should be also kind of stable, but you'll always get some fluctuation from one month to the other. Now, let's take how much money you earn every month, let's say $4,000, and subtract your commitment, $2,000. Your saving for the future, $800. And your essentials, $650. So now you have 550 of free money. No Lamborghini for you. I know. I'll need to explain to my wife why we need to eat rice and bean for the next 5 years. Oh yeah, she'll get it. But seriously, what's nice about having everything in one big pool of free money is that you get a lot of flexibility. You can go often to the restaurant 1 month and then less the next month, but buy more stuff to decorate the house with. Your life is not the same every month, so your spending won't either. So you'll just use this free money every month the way that makes sense for you during that month. This looks a bit like a budget, but the big difference is that you'll never have to do any micromanagement. So we're now on step 2 of the process. The idea is to make a few money transfers between your bank accounts every month. The good news is that you can automate most of it. First, you'll set up automatic transfers on the first of every month according to your plans to save for the future. So for our example of saving $800 per month, we would send $500 to our retirement account and $300 to our personal project account. Then, during the whole month, you'll pay everything from your commitment category and your essentials from your main bank account. You know, the one that your paycheck is deposited in? This leaves only the free money category to figure out. And it's made a lot easier by not spending every last penny you earn. Just set your free money a little bit lower than what you calculated. So in our example, instead of $550 per month, we would set our free money as $450. This way, you can send $450 to your free money account every month, and you won't need to worry about being super precise with your estimates, because every month you're leaving about an extra $100 in your main bank account. If you're using a debit card for your free money spending, then you can go over. But if you're using a credit card, you'll need to keep track of your spending a little bit to make sure you don't go over your limit of free money. My wife and I have a dedicated credit card just for the free money category. But if you don't want to do it that way, you can figure it out. Just find a way. You should also always keep at least 1 month of expense in your main bank account, just in case something unexpected happens. As a bonus, it helps to make things easier if you're not paid on a monthly basis, or if some of your bills are not due on the first of the month. I'm sure some of you can relate to that one. This is also how you manage risk, because if you're the only income for a family with children, you'll need a bigger emergency fund than if you have a spouse that has a job and you don't have any children. It goes the same for your level of job stability. If you're a freelancer versus if you're working for the government, the emergency fund you need will be different. I know this method of budgeting sounds so simple, but it's just common sense. And well, that's the goal of this video. Budgeting should not be painful. It should be simple, require very little time and effort, because that's how you'll stick with it. And stick it with it is what makes it useful. If you decide to implement this very simple budgeting system, you'll get a better control over your finance and you'll be able to make better financial decisions. And this is what this channel is all about. So subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you'll never miss anything. And if you want to learn how to better manage your spending, you have options here. So enjoy and have a great day.